So our first speaker tonight is Marcus van Alenta. He has a bachelor's degree in filmmaking at SAE Institute, Sydney, where he received distinctions and high distinctions for his work. While studying, he wrote Hear Me Out, a documentary based on the true life events of Sue Walters, Bill Gibson, and Jackson Tate. The narrative explains how Sue and Jackson came to have cochlear implants. They recount some of their life stories and share some enlightening advice. Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Fiona. Hey, everyone. My name's Marcus. I'm a grassroots filmmaker from Sydney. As Fiona said, I recently graduated SA Institute Sydney in Chippendale in the city there. And whilst at film school at SAE, during the documentary module, I created the short documentary called Hear Me Out. So basically, it started during the week of pitching to the class. I didn't really know any ideas to pitch, but I knew I wanted to direct a documentary. And about a week prior to pitching, I had gone to dinner at a family friend's place named Sue Walters, who I also see joining us here today. And my mum actually suggested that it'd be potentially a good story to maybe to pursue. So I called up Sue, had a quick chat with her, and she was fine with me proceeding with that. So I kind of made out a brief idea, a timeline of how I wanted to make the film, and then I pitched that to the class. They liked the idea, and everyone except for about one of the students voted for the film to be made. So we went straight into production. I wrote up a script and a treatment, which is about a one-page kind of outline of what you would see visually on the screen. And so I kind of wrote the film out before we made it, and I had the idea in my mind. I then showed that to the crew, and we started contacting the people we wanted to interview. So Sue was one of them. Sue helped us get in touch with another young guy about my age who also has a cochlear implant. His name is Jackson Tate. We got in touch with him, and we were fortunate enough to interview Professor Bill Gibson, who also is one of the pioneers of the cochlear implant, and operated on Sue when she lost her hearing. So we went ahead with that, and we managed to interview everyone. It ended up, each interview went for roughly an hour. And then when it came to the editing stage, we have to cut all the footage from each interview, which was about an hour long, down to about 3 minutes each, because we had to fit the film within a 10-minute bracket, if you can call it that. That was the kind of outline for the length of the film that we were given from the lecturers at uni. So each interview we had to cut down to 3 minutes, which was incredibly difficult. Me and my editor, we set days, at uni trying to figure out what to cut, what to keep, what points to hit, what aren't so important, And from there, we kind of came up with what I think was a rather nice documentary describing true life events of these amazing people who have cochlear implants, as well as some enlightening advice that they give towards the hearing community, people like myself who didn't know anything about what it would be like to be deaf. And I think that's really an element I want to explore during the documentary, what it was like, what it is like to be deaf, and just want to get it out there and get some advice from someone who is deaf, like Sue, Jackson, and help them in a way get their advice and their story out into the world, and help communication better between hard of hearing people and hearing people. So yeah, that's about it.